Guys, it has been so unbelievably hot in my areas. We're talking temperatures in the mid 90s with feel-like temperatures of over 100 degrees Fahrenheit. So how do we keep our flowers and our fruits and veggies nice and cool and healthy in this kind of weather? We're going to take a look at 10 tips, and I also have a bonus one for you at the end, so keep watching. If you have never been here before, my name is Marlene. Welcome everyone. Now let's take a look. So the first thing to bear in mind is watering times. Best thing to do is to find the most efficient time of day to water your plants, which is recommended anywhere between 6 a.m. and 10 a.m. in the morning. Whether you're using, a hose or you're using a watering can, it's the best time to do it because the plants are cooler then, the soil is cooler, and so you have less evaporation, so you're not wasting the water. And not only that, the plants will not get shocked, from the being really hot and then the cold water coming on them. If you're able to get drip irrigation, that is also wonderful to have. And if you can even get a timer to put on there, even more so, because you can preset it and it goes. And some of them are smart tools, so they'll even not water if you have rain on that particular day. So these are definitely good options as far as watering and timing goes. You can also get little bulbs like these. So let's say you're traveling, you don't have like a drip irrigation system. You can even get some of these, put some water in there, stick them in your container or in your little spots, and they'll be fine. Next one is to avoid wetting the leaves if you're watering in the evenings. And the reason for that is when you water in the evenings, you tend to, have water sitting on the plants overnight and it's still going to be hot. And then that's when mold spores will fall on the leaves and, they will get fungal diseases on your plants. So it's best to just water at the roots as much as you can to try to avoid the leaves getting wet. If you wet them in the morning, that's okay because usually the heat dries them out. Not the best scenario, but it cools them down too. The next one, number 3, would be to avoid fertilizing when you have really high temperatures. And the reason for that is, if you think about it, if someone is running a marathon, for example, and you give them something dry to eat, they're not going to want that. They want something that's going to be cool and refreshing. It's the same thing with the plants. So it's good to hold off on those until the weather cools down, and then you can go ahead and start feeding again. And if you have to, though, make sure the soil is moist before you go ahead and put your plant food. Next one would be adding mulch. And mulch is such a good thing to have. It's good if you can put it in when you're initially planting your veggies and your flowers, unless they're seeds, of course. But if you miss that, you can still go ahead and do it at any time you like. So you would just go ahead and pack it in, typically between 1 to 3 inches, and you just pack it around your containers, your flower beds, same situation there as well too. And always be sure to wet the mulch so that way it's not going to pull the moisture away, because I learned the hard way, early in my garden experience from doing that. It needs to be wet so it doesn't pull the moisture away when you put it down. And there are so many different types of mulch. I talk about it time and time again, but it's just so useful. It helps to prevent your plants from drying out quickly. It keeps weeds off of your plant. And if they're perennials, even on the flip side, when it's cold out there, they help to keep your plant warm. So there's so many reasons. You have cypress mulch, black mulch, pine bark mulch. There are so many different types to choose from. So I'd say definitely mulch away. And just to show you over here, if you saw our previous video where we did our front yard makeover, to show you the fresh mulch that we had put down, and it's still doing so well, and it just keeps the plants so cool. And guys, I'd love to know how hot it is in your area. So let me know in the comments. Next thing is to avoid afternoon sun as best as you can. This is my mop head hydrangea right here. I'm not sure if you can make out the little spots on there, the few little burn spots on there. And that's because it's just been so warm. So if they're in a place like this plant doesn't like afternoon sun. We've had this maybe for about 20 years now, so we had it there a long time ago. But to avoid anything getting worse on them, it's good to keep them, well watered. So water a little bit more frequently than normal, and then that'll definitely help your plants to have a better outcome, and they'll look nicer too. Moving on to the next point, and that would be pulling weeds as much as you can. We all hate weeds. They can be such a pest. Look at them growing right here in the river pebbles that we have set down there. But they steal not only food, but they steal water from your plants as well too. So If you can, I just did this to show, but just to pull them out by hand, if you can, in places like those. And like for level areas, you can go ahead, or I should say, areas where you have soil and not rocks, you can just go ahead and use like the grandpa weeder right here. And this is a wonderful tool. It is so useful. And in this previous video, we showed you step by step on how it works. And I'll put a product playlist at the end so you can see that video in there. The next one is to avoid pruning. Sometimes the plant may be a little bit leggy, or you may want to just shape it up a little bit. It is the summertime, so you may want to feel that way sometimes, because sometimes I do, but not in a heat wave, guys, or when it's really, really warm, like in the 90s, because it puts stress on the plant. Because typically when you prune a plant, it's going to start putting out new leaves and sometimes new flowers too. So it's a good time to put the pruners away. And then once it gets cooler, we can all go in and just prune to our heart's content. Next one is to check on your hoses, especially if you water like in the early evening, because what happens is, you may even see how soft it is in my hand right here, because the water is still very hot in there. Even though it's a hose, you figure it's water, it gets so hot on these plants. And even, with your wands and all of that, the metal parts and all of that, it's good to just have the water run off first. And then after it's done that, then you go in and just go ahead and water away. And then the plants will be so much happier, when you do it that way. Because the water can be really hot. And even for ourselves, we have to be careful with that too. And just to bear in mind, guys, that plants like tomatoes, when the weather is like in the 90s and above, they will not give you those beautiful blossoms that you just saw. They're going to look more like this one right here, because the plant is not going to be putting energy into trying to produce fruit, and flowers and all of that. It's going to be putting its energy into trying to survive in the heat. So just allow the time to go off, blow by, and then once that happens, you can go ahead and, you'll look and see that your tomatoes will come up again. So don't be discouraged if that happens. And I just wanted to take a moment to invite you to subscribe to our channel if you have never done so before. Me, my husband, and I, we do lots of gardening topics. We go over gardening DIYs, we show you what's at the garden centers, and we go over common mistakes that we and others have learned from, just to give you an easier gardening experience. And if you haven't heard from us for a while, be sure to stop by, because we do weekly videos, and tapping the bell twice definitely helps you to get notified. Next one is to wait to do your transplanting. It's very tempting sometimes. You have something coming up and you want to put it out, but then, transplanting a plant puts it in shock anyway. And to add shock on top of heat shock is just too much for them. So it's best to hold off on that. Number 10 would be to get like shade cloths. And these are so useful. They come with the little holes or grommets, and you can just put sticks in there, whatever it is that you want to use, poles or whatever, and just shelter certain areas of your plant. Anything that's very susceptible to the heat. And I'll link maybe one or two of these in the description box if you wanted to get any of those for your garden. They have some very stylish ones too, so it's not limited to what you're seeing there. The next thing is to leave dried leaves on the plants. Typically, we want to tidy up our plants so they can look nice and fancy, for the flowers and even our vegetables too. But what happens is, when the leaves get dry from the heat, it actually helps to protect the plant. So when you pull them off, then it's going to cause them to, not be as protected. The next one would be to make sure that, if you can, find shady spots for your garden, for your plants, if it's really hot in your garden. So like over here, this is a shaded patio right here, or my porch, I should say. So you could just put them there, and that'll help them out so much until it, gets warmer. And in this recent video, I showed you some beautiful shade-loving plants that can manage the heat, and I'll put that at the end for you. So here's your bonus point, guys, and that is, you will want to choose plants, varieties that are able to handle the heat a little bit better. And quite often they'll tell you, when you're looking at some of these plants. This right here, this is a panicle hydrangea, because hydrangeas are just so popular, especially in my area in the southeastern United States. But this one right here, even though it does get, it can be bothered by the heat a little bit, it is much more able to handle the heat than the standard mophead hydrangeas. So if you can, opt for those, because this one, this is my beautiful mophead hydrangea right here. And over the years, I've noticed that even though it's, coming along and everything like that, it really is not handling the heat very well in the afternoon. So, I have to water it a lot. So if you're not going to be able to do, have the time to dedicate to your a plant like this, then it's best to just choose an option, if you are choosing at this point, one that can handle heat a little bit better. So I just wanted to take a moment to say thank you so much to our channel members. We certainly appreciate you all so much. And for those of you that share our videos out with those that love gardening, and if this is the first time that you're coming on this channel, we certainly hope that you will consider subscribing and journeying along with us. And there is so much that we learn from each other. Appreciate every single one of you. Thank you so much for watching. Stay cool and still enjoy your garden. Take care.